They say the Mothman only shows up before disaster. But no one ever told me what happens when he starts knocking on your door. He didn't bring a warning this time. He brought candy, and every wrapper had a name on it. Mine was the last one unopened. It started like any other Halloween in Fairbrook, quiet, harmless, and boring. Our town isn't big enough for real excitement. One main street, 3 stoplights, and a diner that still uses a cash register older than my parents. I just moved back in with my mom after my lease ended. Small house, long driveway, overgrown yard. She'd left for a church retreat that weekend, so it was just me. I figured I'd hand out candy, watch some old horror movies, maybe stream a bit if the Wi-Fi held up. Normal stuff. The night felt different though. The air was heavy, like rain that never came. And every time I stepped onto the porch, the motion light flickered, as if it was trying to warn me. The trick-or-treaters came early. Pirates, witches, a tiny Batman or 2. I was running low on candy by 9 p.m., and I noticed something strange. Every kid that came by had the same story. They'd point behind them, down the street, and say, "There's a big guy giving out candy, too." At first I thought, great, another dad in a costume. But when I asked what he looked like, they all gave the same answer. "He's got wings." I laughed it off. Fairbrook loves its ghost stories, especially around Halloween. The Mothman's part of local folklore. Supposedly appeared before the big bridge collapsed back in the 80s. The old folks still say they saw glowing red eyes in the woods before it happened. But as the night dragged on, something about that story lingered. The kids stopped coming by after 10. The street went dark, one porch light at a time. Except mine. I should have turned it off. But I didn't. I kept it glowing, a single yellow beacon at the end of the block. That's when I heard the first tap. Not a knock. A tap, like a pebble hitting the window. Then another, and another. I stepped outside. No one. Just the faint rustle of leaves, and that weird hum in the distance, like an insect's wings beating too slow. My phone buzzed. Text from my neighbor, Janine, across the street. "You see that thing by your light?" I froze. Typed back, "What thing?" No response. I turned my head, and that's when I saw it. A shape, tall, hunched, standing under the streetlight across from my yard. Its eyes reflected red, even from that far, like brake lights in fog. And in its hand, a paper bag. Small, striped red and white, like old-fashioned candy packaging. I blinked, and it was gone. No footsteps. No sound. Just gone. I thought I imagined it, until something landed on my porch. A candy wrapper, neatly folded. When I picked it up, my fingers came away sticky. It smelled like burnt sugar and rust. Written across it, in faint, blocky letters. "For you." I stepped back, heart racing. Then, a heavy thud from the roof. Something huge. Feathers scraped against the shingles. I grabbed a flashlight and aimed it upward, and 2 eyes looked back. Red, unblinking, reflecting like mirrors in the beam. It leaned over the edge, head tilting slowly, wings unfolding wider than the house itself. The light caught its face, gray skin, almost human. Mouth split open in a silent, trembling grin. And then I heard it. A voice, not out loud, but inside my head. Soft, calm, almost polite. "You left your light on." I bolted inside and locked the door. Grabbed my phone, no signal. No Wi-Fi. Just static hissing through the speaker, like whispering wind. The porch light flickered again. And outside, the tapping started up, faster this time. Like dozens of claws scratching at the walls. Then came the knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. The kind you feel through the floorboards. I whispered, "Go away." Another knock. Then silence. When I looked through the peephole, I saw nothing, just the empty porch, until I looked down. A small striped paper bag sat right at the edge of the welcome mat. Inside were pieces of candy, wrapped in red foil, each one labeled with a name. I recognized them. Janine, Tyler, the kid from next door, Mrs. Green, all my neighbors, and at the bottom, my own name. I dropped the bag. That's when the lights went out, total black, and from outside wings, huge, heavy, dragging across the siding. I could hear him walking now, every step slow, deliberate, and with each one, the air inside grew colder. The voice came again, right behind me. I brought candy. I turned, nothing there. Just that smell again, sugar and rust. Then my phone screen lit up. A notification. Fairbrook power outage, stay indoors. The timestamp read 11:59 p.m. And right under it, a reflection. The camera was on. I could see myself, and something standing behind me, wings spread wide. I don't remember dropping the phone, but I remember the sound, the glass cracking like a scream. The windows shattered next. Wind howled through the house, carrying paper wrappers that fluttered like feathers. I ran into the hallway, but the walls seemed longer, stretching endlessly into dark. The tapping started again, echoing in every direction. Then the lights came back, not warm yellow anymore, but dim red. And for a moment, I thought I was outside. The house was gone. I stood in an open field under black skies. Candy wrappers floated through the air like snow. And at the center of it all, the Mothman. Tall, gray, wings outstretched, glowing faintly red along the veins. In his hand, he held another paper bag. He opened it slowly and dropped one piece of candy into my palm. It was wrapped in gold, and underneath the wrapper, the candy wasn't chocolate. It was glass, a tiny piece of a light bulb. "You left your light on too long," he whispered. "Now it's your turn to go dark." I woke up the next morning to sunlight streaming through the broken window. The power was back. Everything looked normal, except the bag on the porch was gone. Police said it was just vandals. No footprints, no feathers, nothing. But the neighbors, they didn't answer their doors. Not one. That night, as the sun went down, the town lights came on again, one by one, until only mine stayed lit. And that's when I saw him, standing under the streetlight, wings folded like a shadow. He didn't move, didn't speak, just watched. Then, another paper bag hit the porch. I didn't have to open it this time. The tag on it said, "Next year." And inside, I could hear something faintly rustling, like wings, growing. If your porch light's still on while you're listening to this, turn it off. Because he's already out there, collecting the names of everyone who